We are going to talk some Yankees trade talk. We are at the time of the year where you start to see deals go down sort of, incrementally. You'll see one or two probably in the next few weeks, and then they'll really start to pick up in July. The rumors are going to be coming. You're going to see all sorts of stuff on, MLB Network about trades, and all the podcasts will be talking about trades. And right around Memorial Day, or 50 games in or so, general managers will take a look at their team and they'll decide, all right, do we have a chance at the playoffs? If not, we should sell. We should save some money. We should try and get some, prospects for our valuable assets, save a little money on budget. So today we put together some names. We got 5 names that we can talk about, and we're open to some suggestions from the audience. 5 players that we think could help the Yankees. So let's talk first about the needs. I think it's obvious we need bullpen help. We saw that again tonight. Wouldn't mind having a right-handed bat, and be better if they played third base. And you'd like to get some salary relief. If you could move somebody like a Stroman or move somebody that makes a little bit of money, that allows you to add a better player at the deadline. And so the typical sellers are the teams that are pretty much out of it, don't really have much of a chance. I've got the Marlins, who are 19-29, the Nationals, who are 23-27. Let's be real, they're not going to make the playoffs in the NL East or in the NL period. The Pirates 17-34, the Orioles 16-33, the White Sox 15-35, and the Athletics 22-29. So, do you want to start us off, TK, with somebody?
Yeah, an interesting name that I had brought up to Derek. He had already put it on our little sheet here, our little pre-show sheet, but it was just a name that I was thinking of. But Felix Bautista with Baltimore. The guy is absolutely electric stuff, and Baltimore has had a massively disappointing season this year so far. So he doesn't make a lot of money at all. I think it's like $1 million or so, and I think he may be having 2 years of control. You'll have to correct me that on Derek. But look at all that red. Look at all that red right there. So he was hurt. He had surgery. He hasn't been as dominant this year as he's been in the past. You see, he has a 4.30 ERA, but to me that kind of like undercuts his value a little bit. Maybe they're selling on the low. But that is definitely a guy that I would love to have. He's got great stuff, and I think Matt Blake could really kind of hone in on the sinker split combo there. And the Yankees have shown that they really like that kind of makeup with a pitcher. Fernando Cruz kind of has that, the sinker splitter. So that is definitely a guy that I would love. I don't know how much it would cost asset-wise to get him, especially when it's in division like that. I don't know if they would rather trade him to like a West Coast team or something like that, but that always kind of comes into play. But yeah, Felix Bautista, definitely a guy I would be very interested in.
I like it. This is one that we were we both independently came to, man, this guy would be a nice fit. It shocks me what has happened to the Orioles. I thought going into last year that they were going to be the primary contenders, the favorites probably to win the division. They didn't win it. And this year it looks like they're going to be in dead last, which I did not expect. Their young offense has not clicked. They don't have a lot of pitching. Losing Bautista last year really hurt them. You saw what he did in 2023. He had a 1.48 ERA. He was 8-2 out of the pen. Look at that. 61 innings, 110 strikeouts. Elite strikeout stuff. He did have Tommy John surgery, and he's kind of recovering, but he's 29 years old. Not everybody comes back super strong, but most pitchers eventually coming back from Tommy John get there. So I think even if you have to pay a little bit of a premium in division, I think he's somebody you have to go out and get. And to say that trades can't be made in division or whatever, I see a few people saying things like that. Just a reminder, the Yankees have done this before. Who was the lefty, the sinker baller that they got? He was their closer for. I forgot his name.
Britton? Zach Britton?
Zach Britton. Thank you so much, TK, for.
Yeah. Encyclopedia.
Yeah. Mind like a steel trap. It's been a while, but I loved him when the Yankees first got him. He was great. He was reliable, and it came from the Orioles. And the Yankees have made trades with the Red Sox in division after the Red Sox have fallen out of it. So I can see this trade happening. Look, if you're in dead last, you're not super close to winning the division, right? You've got some work to do. And I think it'd be one that I think would be a good fit. Let me throw another one at you. We need a third baseman. There is a guy who has played a lot of left field recently, but has also been playing third base recently in perhaps kind of a showcase. He plays out west, but Yankees fans will be familiar with him. He is hitting .417 versus lefties. He's hitting .312 on the season with a .340 on base percentage and a 115 OPS. And if you pick him up, it allows you to DFA Reyes, which is something we've been wanting to do for a while. TK, I present to you Mr. Miguel Andujar for your consideration. What are your thoughts on Miggy Two Bags coming back?
That would be funny. It would be like a full circle moment. I actually think that he came in second place for Rookie of the Year behind Shohei Ohtani in 2018.
Yeah.
Funny enough, obviously the way things worked out, like it's better for the league that Ohtani won the Rookie of the Year, but I feel like he probably should have won. He hit like 297 on the year there. He had a fantastic rookie year.
27 homers, I think.
27 homers. He had a great rookie season. It's just unfortunate that Shohei Ohtani was also a rookie that year and he was pitching. So I feel like the league was going to give it to him no matter what because it was such a unicorn thing. But if Shohei Ohtani is not in the league or in his second year, he definitely wins Rookie of the Year. So and then he kind of bounced around, struggled a little bit. But I feel like the Yankees kind of didn't really give him a fair shake because Gio Urshela kind of burst onto the scene and sort of just took his job because he was playing well. But you never really got to see Miguel Andujar, I feel like, get a fair shot. So I would be open to it. The guy's a hitting machine. He sucks at defense. He's terrible at it. But, sure. I mean, boy, can he hit. So
this comment from Word Lifer, for those of you who are listening, it says, "Oh, for F's sake." Hey, we're just spitballing ideas here. There's nothing written in stone. We're not advocating for these or de-advocating. We're still a long way from the trade deadline. What's it, about 2 months till the trade deadline? Over 2 months. So this is kind of like, you know, when you go house shopping or whatever, the first thing you do is you kind of just look at the area, right? You kind of look at Zillow.
Window shopping.
Right. What's available? You know, what are the schools like in this? You know, that type of stuff. All right. The next guy I want to bring up is a right-handed pitcher. He is 33 years old. He pitches for the Washington Nationals, who are, again, not going to make the playoffs. He is a solid bullpen guy. He's got 15 saves. Mr. Kyle Finnegan for your consideration, TK.
Kyle Finnegan's a name that I feel like has been thrown around the last couple of seasons at every deadline. Are they going to trade him? Are they not? Very solid, nice savant numbers there. 2.41 ERA, so certainly interesting. He's had a good year so far. I would definitely be okay with that. He throws about like 96, so definitely not like a flamethrower, but he throws hard. I love how like 96 isn't a flamethrower anymore. But in today's game, I feel like throwing 100 is a flamethrower at this point. But 33 years old, 2.41 ERA, 15 saves. I like it. Decent setup piece. I think Luke Weaver has locked down the closer role. So we mentioned Bautista, we mentioned Finnegan. Like, to me, those would be like eighth inning guys, seventh,
same
eighth
here.
inning guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Devin Williams in the seventh is money. Like, I no pressure. His stuff plays in the seventh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I think if possible, I would rather get Felix Bautista, but this would be like a nice consolation prize if you're not able to grab him.
Dude, I can't believe we lost to the frickin' Rockies. I'm still sitting here like, oh my God. It feels like a bad dream, right? It feels like a just awful, awful, awful dream. All right, so we got a couple more here. Looking at third baseman, let's go to a guy we just saw with the Rangers, 27 years old, but the Rangers do have a lot of infield depth. This guy is an elite defender. He's got some upside with the bat. A couple of years ago, he had 23 home runs. He's still 27 years old. 812 OPS, 288 average. His name is Josh Jung, Texas Tech product. You see the fielding run value there in the 87th percentile. I like this guy. Defensively, he reminds me of like a young Matt Chapman. He's that kind of fielder, and I think there's room to grow offensively there. The average exit velocity is not great. He's about middle of the pack when it comes to whiff percentage, strikeout percentage. Doesn't walk enough. What are your thoughts on whether the Rangers would make this deal, if they would even move him?
I like him a lot. The Rangers right now are 25 and 27, so they are 5 games back behind the Seattle Mariners to win the division if they do that. And in the wild card, they're where are they? They're not even showing up on my thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, 3 games back to wild card, so they're definitely like right there. I don't know if they're necessarily going to be sellers. They're kind of a middle of the pack team, 500 team. But if they do become sellers, if they decide to be sellers, I think he's the most realistic name that would be the best player in terms of you can actually acquire him. I don't think it's that outlandish. And I would be very interested. Yeah, you mentioned the defense, right-handed bat. And to me, my thing is like put him in the Yankee lineup. I think that elevates his offense, with the
Yeah.
guy like Judge and Bellinger and Goldschmidt. Like if you got those guys in the lineup, you're going to have a little bit of protection there. It's not that Texas doesn't have a good lineup. It's just that the guys have really struggled. Marcus Semien has had a terrible season so far. Corey Seager, I think, is hurt. Josh A. Smith has been really good for them. Adolis Garcia is always dangerous, but like it's definitely for them. They've had a lot of injuries. Guys haven't played to the back of their baseball cards. So if they do decide to trade him, I would love him.
Let's look at one more guy that we're seeing thrown around a little bit. This is Eugenio Suarez, who TK hit 4 home runs in a game earlier this year. I'm not sure if you saw that. That was insane.
Yeah.
He is not a good fielder. He is not a good base runner. But what the man can do is destroy baseballs. He's got 14 home runs this year, hitting 221. Last year he hit 256 with 30 homers. You see the hard hit percentage and the barrel percentage all fantastic. He does strike out. Walks are about league average. Fielding, he's not a fielder, but he plays third base. Word around the campfire is that the Diamondbacks are willing to listen on him. They have some prospects that can fill in, and they're certainly willing to listen. And they want to get better on defense as well. What are your thoughts? I mean, it would hurt our defense, but man,
Well,
that's a bat. That's a bat that would have
yeah.
looked good in Colorado tonight.
Oh yeah, yeah. Great bat, great veteran bat who's been in the league quite some time. And yeah, you look at the red there. He hits the ball hard. Strikes out a little, a kind of a lot, I guess. Whiff percentage is in the lower percentile. Chase percentage is in the lower percentile. I guess the one thing I would kind of worry about for him is if you look at his spray chart, a lot of it is to
Left
left
field.
center field. And I don't know if that's going to play that well in Yankee Stadium because of Death Valley out there. But I mean, he is a really good player, and I think he would be really good as a Yankee. It's just whether or not the swing would translate. Almost a little bit like an Alex Bregman situation where they didn't end up signing him because I don't think they thought his swing would play well in Yankee Stadium. So just a thought there, but I do think that he would be a nice fit too.